as a beginner, the moment you find out about trading, all that comes in your mind is like, wow, I'm going to get into trading, make money, buy my car, do this and that and that.
Okay.
And yet, that's not even the reality.
Today with me, I have a trader who has been trading for the past 6 years. When did you realize that trading could actually work for you?
Yeah. Keep in mind, I'm this guy who has tried many online business models, and almost nothing has worked out there. And I finally get to trading where I at least saw the $4 being made, though I later lost everything.
What is the biggest loss you made around that time?
Like $30.
Okay.
You've grown an account to like $100 and then blow it. I lost $100 or something.
Yeah. What really pushed you into Forex trading?
Yeah. My question is, okay, what am I going to do to make the money? I get exposed to YouTube. I get to watch guys, making money. I did drop shipping. I bump into an ad saying, oh, you can make money trading. So like, okay. But then to me, I feel like maybe this is a scam or something.
Yeah. The struggles you passed through in your first 6 months.
Yes.
What could be the biggest struggle you had in those 6 months?
And I lose money, I'm all over the place, I'm not talking and so forth. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
How did you overcome same circle, repetitive things, you're stagnant, you're not growing?
Yeah.
What did you do to come out of that circle?
Yeah. Honestly,
most people think trading is quick money. They see the profits, but they don't see the losses. They see the lifestyle, but they don't see the discipline behind the lifestyle. They see the traveling, they see traders enjoying their life, but then unfortunately, they don't see the early mornings and the late nights. Today with me, I have a trader who has been trading for the past 6 years. And when I talk about 6 years, I talk about blown accounts, big money coming in, growth, and most importantly, financial freedom. If you're there struggling and you're really fighting to be a profitable trader, this is the right video for you, because most people think trading is all about getting rich quick. So in this episode, we are not selling dreams. We are going to discuss real truth of what it takes to actually make money from trading. In these 6 years, the trader has done incredible things that sometimes when you think about it, you can even die at 80 without doing them. So today, we are going to find out what is the mindset behind a consistent trader, what is the mindset behind a profitable trader. And trust me, once you watch this video to the end, you're going to change as a trader. So if you're struggling, you want to start trading, this is the right video for you. So welcome back to the Buzz Podcast. Your host Osman Lakan, and today we are discussing growth. So you're welcome, Mr. Daniel.
yes. Great pleasure being here, bro.
You're welcome, sir.
Pleasure.
So today I'm having Daniel. Most people know him as Vidollar.
Yes.
And we know this guy has done incredible things when it comes to Forex trading. So Daniel, can you tell us a little bit about you as a person before even Forex trading?
Okay, impressive. Well, if you're watching me for the first time, I'm called Daniel. But on the internet, everyone calls me Vidollar. I mean, it's really cool. I think it has a lot to do with trading and so forth. And I've been trading for the actually I'm making my 6th year in November actually this year.
Okay.
So anyway, I roughly look at it as 6 years.
Yeah.
Got into trading just as a student, did a lot of self-learning. Then at some point I got a mentor.
Okay.
Now by then I'm still at university and so forth. And then that's when I was able to turn $250 to $1,000.
Wow.
Now that was in 2021. Wow. And from then my whole story changes. Honestly, it's good to be grateful. I would say at this point I've had a lot of success. Now it's not like straight success only, no. I've also had downs, I've blown accounts, I've lost money, I've been stressed, I've gone through it all, but then on the other side I've made money. I think that's the typical trader journey.
Absolutely. So now before we even move to you starting to make money, let's talk about your first year as a trader. What really pushed you into Forex trading?
Well, I know this is strange because by the time I got into trading, it wasn't like a big idea here, most especially let's say Uganda or East Africa at large. Like you couldn't find, oh, this person trades, No. So for me, I was so interested in making money. And after senior 6, that's like high school in the Ugandan system, my question is, okay, what am I going to do to make the money? Now, obviously, first option was like to, go find gigs and so forth. I tried, but I think for some reason people really looked at me as younger, so they couldn't get me these opportunities. Okay. Another question is like, what am I supposed to do?
Okay.
Now I get exposed to YouTube. I get to watch guys, making money. But these guys weren't Ugandan and they weren't African. These guys are like based in the US and so forth. And now to me the question is, okay, if this guy is able to do it, well, that's very possible. But another question is, I'm in Uganda and these guys are the other side. So I tried many hustles, by the way. I did drop shipping. I did a lot, bro. A lot. I sold ebooks. I tried social media marketing, like growing accounts and so forth. Sometimes I'd make a bit of money, but then the payments would be done through PayPal. PayPal isn't here. So you're getting paid, rather you're making money, but you can't get paid.
Wow.
Our only option is like Western Union. Someone is paying you $10 and you have to go to the bank to collect
and the charges and everything.
Exactly. So you can just collect like $5, bro. So whole journey was like really long. I'm trying this and that and that. Then for some reason I bump into an ad, saying, oh, you can make money trading, and this guy is South African. So I'm like, okay. But then to me, I feel like, I mean, online business, maybe this is a scam or something.
Yeah.
So I dig into it. Because, okay, online trade, I rather Forex trading and so forth. So to me, the first thing that comes in mind is, I remember this vividly, by the way.
Yeah.
Or maybe you need a Forex bureau, because at least I had an idea about trading. You get?
Oh, yeah.
You need to set up a Forex bureau for you to be able to trade. Then I dig. Is this even a scam? Because I'm seeing this guy making crazy money. I'm like, okay, cool. If this guy is doing so, then maybe it's possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I get into my research. I actually find out that you can actually trade just from your phone, and and then I bump now into like tons of YouTube videos, bro. I do remember guys that I used to watch back in the day, like Q Banks. Bro, there's so many guys, I sometimes go bam, like, bro, it's been a long journey. So like, I'm watching, seeing, learning strategies and so forth. So to me, like the first year, it was just like 2020. Yeah, actually 2020, I was already in and, trying this and that and that.
Okay.
Then I think 6 months in, I tried my first real account. I remember this very well. I got that $10 from my family.
Okay.
And I traded gold. I remember very well, bro. I woke up very early in the morning, placed a trade on gold. I think I made $4, but then later I blew the money.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh, so this is how easily.
So whatever you knew by that time, was it through YouTube or someone was teaching you?
Honestly, by then everything was through YouTube.
Okay.
Through YouTube, yes.
So how was it when you deposited your first money?
Oh my days, bro. Okay, I remember very well. I remember I was trading moving averages.
Okay.
You have 2 moving averages, then you're looking for crossovers and so forth. I'm like, okay, because after the YouTube videos, bro, like I was too locked in.
Okay.
Like I would watch this, then I see this guy flipping $30 to like $300. Like, I'm going to do this thing.
Yeah.
I am going to do this.
Yeah.
So go in with my $10. I remember very well. I'd collected that money from my family, saying once I make the money, I'll refund it back.
Okay.
Yeah. Bro, I made my first $4. I'm like, okay, at least this is possible because now it's real and I've made it on a real account.
Yeah.
Then I think a few minutes later and so forth, must have gone to look for more money and then ended up blowing the account. Yeah, that's like my first blown account.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, according to my experience, I've been interacted with a lot of traders, and in most cases, the traders that deposit their maybe first deposit and they blow it, they end up calling Forex a scam. Didn't that come into your mind? Like, okay, now, no. I think this is a scam.
Oh, honestly not. By the way, that's actually crazy. Because for me, at least by the time I went depositing, I'd gotten an idea already. I knew you can either make money or lose money.
Absolutely.
Now, you've actually reminded me of some story. And by then I'm following up like with these South African traders. So there's this guy sharing a story. It's like he blew his account and then had to call the broker. Like, can you guys refund my money? Exactly, bro.
Okay.
So for me, by that point, at least I knew it's either you make the money or you lose the money. So once I blew the account, again, everything came back to me. By the way, I think that's also a key aspect in succeeding, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you lose the money and you're calling it a scam at the go, then no, bro. I feel like that's too wicked. Like that's really so bad.
Trust me. Like when you interact with these beginner traders and you ask them, why are you joining Forex? Most of them say financial freedom.
Yes.
But then it is so funny when someone loses $10, they call it a scam, yet they came for billions of money.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. It honestly doesn't make any sense. I'm actually still trying to imagine, let's say you make your first deposit and you blow the account and call it a scam.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't make any sense
Like-
because
like-
now the real question is, okay, what if you made money on your first deposit?
Absolutely.
Would you still call it a scam? Because in essence, you scammed the other guys, right?
Yeah.
So it's strange.
I think it comes back to how someone thinks, because if you put it in even some other businesses, you can start a business and it collapses the next day. Then you cannot just say it is a scam.
True.
So now, Daniel, you lose the account, you blow.
Yes.
What happened next?
Hey, bro. Now for me, the account is gone, but at least I knew this thing works. Blow the account, you go back to YouTube, see this guy is actually flipping this account and so forth and so forth. And then my question is, how am I going to get more money to deposit?
So what did you tell the parents,
Bro,
like the family?
This time around I said, I'm going to try do some errands.
Okay.
Yes, bro. I did small, hand gigs here and there, maybe get like 50K UGX and so forth, come back, deposit. To be honest, that cycle was long. Wow. I would say like 6 months, something.
Depositing and blowing, depositing and blowing.
And it's like small money. But then when you look at your P&L, let's say 3 months, it's like $500, bro. I'm like, what? How did I get 2 million? You get?
Yeah.
So like I would put in like $30, that's like 100K. I mean, we are young and so forth, so I'd go find excuses for my parents. I'm like, oh, today, and then
I did a book.
Exactly, Then I go, bang, it's gone, bro. Because sometimes I'd make money.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I'd make like $30, $10. But then for some reason I was so bad at I was this guy who would basically overtrade, bro. So I'd make money, but then for some reason I'm forced to go back to trade and lose everything.
Yeah, I think it happens. Like, just imagine a business where you make $40 in just an hour.
Yes.
I think you're tempted to go and trade and trade and trade.
Yes.
So how did you overcome that? Like, okay, now I'm in the same circle, repetitive things, you're stagnant, you're not growing. What did you do to come out of that circle?
So honestly, I've always been a fan of like find a problem, rather discover what the problem is and then find a solution. And I remember by then I get so deep into it. I actually start trading books, and by then I can't afford buying these books, but at least I could get the ebooks. And if you've tried that, but like you dig into the internet, say trading in the zone ebook, and then you download it.
What a free copy!
Yes, So I dig deep into that. Actually, I do remember that was like my first trading book that I read. Then at that point, I also get to learn about mindset shifts. I don't know how winners behave. Like, to be honest, a lot really changed. Because at some point I got to learn that, okay, if you want to make money, you need to position yourself as a profitable trader. You're supposed to behave this way. You get? Now, I'm in that journey. And by the way, I think lockdown is still on and so forth. But now school is coming in. Now, the big question at hand was, okay, where are you going to get the capital? You get my point? I'd also watch trading seminars. If I can remember this guy, I think he's called Howard, I don't know. But they're like seminars about trading psychology, how traders react, so forth and so forth. And to me, I was really getting closer to that. Another question was, how are you going to link this? Okay, now you think you do have the skill, but where's the capital? Exactly, yes.
So now wrapping all together, the struggles you passed through in your first 6 months. What could be the biggest struggle you had in those 6 months?
Oh, bro.
Because a beginner trader is going to relate to that.
For sure, I know, right? Okay, to be honest, I think the biggest struggle that I went through was my family not believing in me, my friends. By the way, this is strange, but by then I'm living with some guy, he was into creativity and so forth and so forth. Now he has seen me do a lot of errands, like crazy, bro. And now this time around, I'm now in this trading
Focused
thing.
on trading.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when I lose money, I'm all over the place. I'm not talking and so forth. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You know, like no one, bro, believed in this.
Yeah.
My close high school friends, you know, bro, no one. So at some point, I just needed to position myself in a sense of, okay, listen, you must make this work.
How are they going to believe in?
Exactly. Yes. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this my best. Maybe one thing that I do remember was, by the way, if I don't know if in any case this guy is watching, it's called Lesiba. I think you know that guy.
Lesiba Steez.
Yeah. No, but then he's also young. I do very well remember. I think I got his video and I showed my mom, like, bro, look at this guy.
He's almost
young.
My age.
Exactly. You know. So I looks at the video. Says, how you go talk to your dad? So, but like at least I knew. My mom did believe in me at some point. Like, okay, this guy is actually winning.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
And though, like in real life, you're at a position where things are not working out.
Absolutely.
But you just have that belief of like, I must make this work.
Yeah.
You get.
Okay. And I think when it comes to believing in someone, it's not about the talk, it's about the results. For someone to actually believe in you, you just have to show that.
Yes.
Instead of me, for example, you showed them the video. Okay, now that is a glimpse of what might happen. But now, have you done it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So results, I think, is something very important too.
Definitely.
Any struggling trader, someone does not believe in you, make your first $10, go withdraw them in front of them. Maybe they can believe in the business.
By the way, they don't want to hear you say, oh, I made this much. Okay, you made this much.
So, exactly. So, yes, Daniel, when did you realize that trading could actually work for you?
Yeah. Well, for me, honestly, from the moment I deposited my first $10, I knew trading would work for me.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, I'm this guy who has tried many online business models and almost nothing has worked out, bro.
Okay.
And I finally get to trading where I at least saw the $4 being made, though I later lost everything. I'm like, okay, this is it. You know, you can deposit, you can withdraw and so forth.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was like a big turning point for me. And then when I started now digging to reading books, like, okay, this is a whole thing that I need to really get extremely good at. Because I feel like for you to succeed, for you to get good at something, you must invest into it. You must learn, you must, you know, type of a thing. Yeah,
because that is something I normally tell traders, like, if I've made $5 and maybe the next 5 or 10 accounts I blow them, what is going to keep me around is the other $5 that I made. I just need to figure out how do I stop the blowing so that I can keep on, you know, making money. So now, Daniel, in that time of, you know, you trying to figure out everything, but then you believe that trading is really going to work out. What is the biggest loss you made around that time?
Oh, I would say I think the losses were small.
Okay.
But again, when you look at like the like the history, bro, you'd be crazy. So I think like my biggest losses should have been like $30.
Okay.
But I would also been situations where I would grow an account, let's say from like $10 to $100.
Okay.
And to me, I feel like if you've grown an account, that's the money. You've worked hard for that, so it's your money.
Yeah.
Now you've grown an account to like $10, $100, and then blow it.
Okay.
So you say, I lost $100 or something. Yeah. So I had like these minor losses, $20, $30, but you know, in there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think at the start, someone shouldn't focus so much on the money they are losing.
Yeah.
As long as you don't lose too big to get biased about the business.
Yeah, exactly. You know, to be honest, this is what I believe in. I'll talk about this as a trader and someone who has also tried many other things. Trading works and it's a real business. And you losing money doesn't mean that it's not the business.
Absolutely.
Because you see, when you're trading, if you're losing, someone is making.
Absolutely.
You get.
Yeah.
And if you're making, someone lost a trade over there. You get.
Yeah.
So to me, like, I feel like It comes back down to, again, you as a trader to say, okay, this happened. Why did this happen? And how can I figure out a solution around that?
Absolutely.
You get my point?
Yeah.
So honestly, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, so now that startup journey is a little bit longer, because when you look at because I really like the way you've done your things. You are a very, very profitable trader, someone who has really achieved a lot in trading.
Yes.
But I normally tell traders, like, for trading is a little bit different. You can hustle for 2 years and only 1 year is enough to do things you would have done in 10 years.
Exactly.
So that first journey of you trying to figure out everything is a long one. If we decide to talk about it, we might even take a full year here. So let us go straight to the profitable trader. Because remember, the reason why I'm hosting Daniel is to help you differentiate between a gambler and a profitable trader, because he's really, really a good trader. So let us go straight to the markets. So Daniel, you tell me, what markets do you trade? Do you trade all instruments, or you focus mostly on Forex trading?
Oh yeah. Well, at the moment, I majorly focus on Forex, and to be specific, I trade gold, then a bit of GJ and GBPUSD.
And GBPUSD.
Yeah.
So those are your majors.
Yes.
What would you tell someone who is trying to figure out, they're watching almost like 100 pairs? What advice would you give them?
Honestly, see, for like my last 5 years of trading, I've really gotten to learn a lot, bro.
Okay.
So I realized if you have like a crazy watch list, you basically have your attention scattered all over the place.
Absolutely.
So okay, well and good. If you want to find a trade on gold, you go to GJ. If you can't find a trade on GJ, you go to GU. Another question is, when are you going to get good at any of this?
Absolutely.
You get my point?
Yeah.
So like, by the way, I would do that. Like, actually when you check the trading history, you have like losses or profits on like 10 or 20 pairs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then I got to realize that almost every profitable trader sticks to like this one pair. By the way, if you also look at like, top traders, if you can think of any, you realize these guys, bro, have specific pairs. You could see, this guy trades GBPUSD, or this guy majorly trades gold, or this guy trades US30 and so forth. So I'm like, okay, if I'm looking at becoming profitable, why on earth am I doing what unprofitable traders?
Exactly. That is really interesting. If you really, really want to be profitable, you should choose to do what profitable traders are doing, because they are living the life you want. They have exactly what you want. So now I normally also tell traders maybe to mention about picking a few pairs. Like every pair has a different behavior. Now, for example, if you look at gold, too volatile. You're not going to come from AUD, USD. You're used to $5. You come in gold. Yeah, I think it's really, really interesting to pick a few pairs. So Daniel says he trades gold, GJ, and GBP USD. And I'm very sure now you saw good in the behaviors of those pairs.
Yes.
Okay, so now, are you a scalper, a day trader, or a swing trader?
No, I would say I'm more of like a day trader, honestly. Yeah. Once in a while I do scalp, but it's too rare.
Okay, if you can help a beginner out there, who is a day trader?
Yeah. So, well, a day trader is, let's say you're placing your trades, and you're looking at holding them for like, say, an hour and so forth during the day, then you are a day trader. And I think most traders on the internet are pretty much day traders. I think you're also a day trader.
I'm a day trader also.
So if you're basically holding your trades for hours during the day, well, you are a day trader.
Yeah. The longer you hold a trade, I think the more the money. So that means a day trader can actually make more money than a scalper.
Yeah, actually, for sure. Unless, to me, I would say, I don't know, bro. I feel like if you want to scalp, then you should have big money.
Absolutely.
Because if you're going to place like 0.01 and you're holding the trade for like a minute, bro,
you're targeting 5 pips.
Exactly. So,
what is the most important rule in your strategy?
Most important rule? Wow, difficult question, but I have a structure.
Okay.
So I have a set of rules that I follow before entering any single trade, and I've divided them into like 3.
Okay.
It's actually a 3-step system. So I have things that I look out for before, then things that I look out for when I am in a trade, and then things that I look out for when I'm out of the trade. Yeah. So I don't want to like frame and say this is the most important thing. No, because let me give an example of like that before.
Okay.
Before, this is how I get to look at the market, apply my strategy and say, okay, well, I'm more of like a demand and supply trader, by the way. Though I do kind of add in this and that and that.
Yeah, confluences.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I get to a chart and say, okay, what's the trend? Well, this is it and so forth. Do I have my zones drawn out and, do I have my key levels?
Okay.
Do I have any confirmation patterns and so forth? So to me, it's like a process, or I also call it like a structure that I get to follow.
Okay, so one dot leads you to the other.
Yes,
so you don't just pick out something.
Yes.
So how do you manage risk? What do you say about risk when it comes to trading?
Oh my days, bro. If you're trading without risk management, you're gambling. I know you know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like, by the way, that's like the biggest trader problem.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, you've made money, but if the next trade goes against you, what's the whole point? Yeah. So this is it for me. When I'm trading, I know how much money I risk on a single trade. Sometimes I go conservative, then sometimes I do go aggressive.
Yeah.
But even when I go aggressive, I know this is change, and I don't recommend this. But sometimes I don't even use stop losses, which is crazy. But at the back of my mind, I know this is what I'm risking.
Once you see it, you're out.
Yes.
Okay.
So I know. To be honest, I'm specific. So if I want to use a stop loss, I'll say, okay, cool. I want to use a stop loss, but I will watch. You get?
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that you shouldn't use a stop loss,
Because I normally tell traders that stop loss is the oxygen in the market.
A stop loss is very, very important, unless you become an expert, just like me or something. So that's pretty much it. But again, I honestly go against like the standard rules. So like say risk 1 to 2%. Again, I'm not saying that's a good idea, but I look at it in a sense of like, if you're trading a small account and you're risking 1 to 2%, it's going to take you forever to scale.
Like for real, yeah.
Yes. This is how much I can risk and this is how much I can make. Well and good.
Yeah.
I know it could be bigger than the 2% that is supposed to be risked, but at least if you know at the back of your mind that this is how I am supposed to approach this,
comfortable.
then well and good, for sure.
Because I normally tell traders, sometimes I don't know how you react when you lose money. You know yourself better than anyone else. You're going to find someone trading $100 and they're comfortable losing $50.
By the way.
And they don't care.
Yes, exactly.
You get, so risk management, I think, is more of your personality.
Exactly.
If Daniel sometimes wakes up in the morning, does not use a stop loss, it does not mean that he's not a good trader. Exactly. That is his personality. Yeah. So now, Daniel, also there's something I want to talk about. Like, I think you can make it clear for traders out there. There is something we normally tell traders, like even not taking a trade is a skill by itself. Do you accept, according to your experience, when do you know not to trade?
Not to take a trade. Yeah. To be honest, I'm even impressed with what you just said. That to know when not to take a trade is a skill on its own.
Absolutely.
Yes, because trading is very tempting.
Yeah.
You have these open charts at hand, and that means you can place a trade anytime you want. You get?
Yeah.
Now the question is, when are you supposed to and when are you not supposed to?
Yes, please.
And to me, that brings in the discipline side of things.
Yeah.
I would say one important thing that I've gotten to learn through trading is discipline.
Yeah.
Seeing a trade and not taking a trade because you know this doesn't follow your plan.
Absolutely.
Yes. So to me, it's more of like a structure. I also start with when I trade. To be honest, you can't convince me to take a trade late night. Like, I don't do that. Yes, I don't do that. Asian, Australian, those things are like waking up in the morning. Yes, I don't. Yes.
Even if it's a signal from Trump.
Bro, I'm not doing. By the way, like I've also missed out on opportunities but I don't.
Yeah, that is your rule.
Yes, to me that's like the first thing. So it doesn't matter whether the setup is really good. No, I'm not trading during the sessions. Yes.
Yeah, it's very important to know when to stop.
Exactly. The next step, I have like a standard rule to say 1 trade per day. So when I lose, well and good. I close losing days, bro. Like sometimes I'm down, maybe even in a losing streak and so forth. I won't take any trades. So I have like a standard set of rules. It's like in my trading plan that I get to follow. I say like religiously. Religious is like you follow this because if you go against them, then you're cooked.
Exactly.
Type of a thing,
Yeah, I think now emphasizing discipline there.
Yes,
You're supposed to have a plan. Make sure you respect it.
Yes.
Otherwise, when you go against it, you're cooked.
You pay the price by losing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Daniel, I have a question for you. This
Yeah.
one I've seen it in a lot of beginner traders. What is the biggest lie that is being sold to beginner traders?
Okay. I think it's this is a bit tricky, but I would say the flashy lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And then the flashy lifestyle portrays the quick results. So I would say that get rich quick thing. Now I know most people won't believe this, but I feel like as a beginner, the moment you find out about trading, all that comes in your mind is like, wow, I'm going to get into trading, make money, buy my car, do this and that and that. And yet that's not even the reality. You know, trading is different from what you basically see on the media.
Absolutely. So the quick wins.
Yes, it's like get rich quick thing. All the quick wins.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But I think the lifestyle, once you make money, why don't you live your life?
Yes.
So now, another question. Actually, this takes me to this. What is your say? Is trading close to business or gambling? What is your say about that?
No, I would say trading is closer to business. No, I don't want to even relate it to gambling as from my own perspective, because let's talk about trading. We have retail traders just like us. We have banks. I mean, normal banks here could go
commercial banks.
Yes, they trade. Then we have bigger institutions. Some can also be big banks, like really huge banks. And then we have hedge funds and so forth. Now, 80% of the market is being controlled by these banks. And then we have the 20% distributed amongst us. So to me, that's a business. And it's a big man business. And for us, we as retail traders are in there to basically capitalize on what's going on so we can make a bit of money off that.
Absolutely.
I think trading is gambling if you trade. Anyway, if you decide to be a gambler, you can't avoid that, bro. Because I like want to speak about this. When you're trading, you have two chances, or you have two sides. Either win or lose. You either buy or sell. There's nothing as in between. No. So it's a 50-50% thing. So if you don't know how to manage your risk and so forth, then you're gambling. It's really, it's sad to say so, but that's the reality.
So a gambler in trading is, what do you say a gambler is?
A gambler in trading is a trader that trades without risk management.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Without risk management. And I think even without knowing what they are supposed to do. They never pass any mentorship or whatever.
Very important. You can't come in and say, luck and so forth. Nah, not really.
I've met a guy previously, and this guy was like, man, I've been watching YouTube for 3 months. I feel like, let me deposit 1,000 and I make money. Do you think it's going to be profitable?
Honestly, not.
I don't think so.
Yes.
What is the biggest mistake that new traders make?
New traders? I think there's so many, but I'm going to try to pick the ones that really come into my mind as soon as possible. I think the very first thing is most beginner traders never take time to invest fully into the whole business, I would say. Now, obviously, in that I talk about how are you prepared for this? Because trading is a business. On the side, it's a skill set that if you won't even trade today, by the way, I sometimes interact with my team members. This guy says he doesn't trade today, but he has the skill set. You get so sometime in the future, you get my point. Exactly. Now, what happens is most beginner traders come. Maybe someone has watched a few YouTube videos and they want to get in and they want to make thousands of dollars or 10,000 or millions of money, right? But then the question is, how are you going to make that much, yet you haven't paid the price? You've not paid the price of learning. You've not paid the price of time. You're just in there because you saw someone making money and you feel like, you get my point? So, by the way, and this is also a very good question. I feel like if I was a beginner and I'm starting off, the very first important thing that I would do is to find a mentor or find someone who actually knows what they are doing.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not against self-learning. I've personally gone through self-learning, and there's an option by there. You can still do self-learning. It's very, very cool. You could watch YouTube videos, you could go baby pips, use ChatGPT, by the way. But
you download every free thing on social media.
Because I did that myself, bro. Like, I had tons of PDFs and all that. But I can always say, if you want to cut the curve, you know, why you get to waste a lot of time and to try and error. Well, best option is to find a mentor or learn from someone who, but this doesn't even apply to trading only. Bro,
everything. Because I actually even tell traders, like, for you to even realize that what you're doing is wrong, you're going to first do it even more than 10 times to know that this is a mistake. I should stop doing it.
Yes, you know, you've actually reminded me of
something. You've lost a lot of money there.
You know, this guy says, oh, I know how to trade, but I lack capital. Another question is, how do you know how to trade? You get my point. So that's pretty much it. So I think jumping into the business with that quick type, then it's honestly a trap.
Okay, if you are to start again, what would you do differently?
Yes, I would lock in, find the right knowledge. Okay, I love using the word filtered. I want to find filtered information that works. I don't want to be all over the place watching SMC videos. You know,
everything.
Yes, I want to go straight to what works because time matters. I don't want to spend a year learning and so forth. So I'd focus on education, learn, and then next up I'd have a plan. What do I want out of trading? Do I just need to trade with my capital, or I should get a funded account, and so forth?
Yeah, because I think that is something I also normally tell traders, like, if you look at those guys who are self-taught, they know everything. Like, the guy knows ICT, demand and supply, support and resistance. But then, unfortunately, they don't make money.
It's not even helpful. It's
like, you have a lot of information, but then you're not using it to benefit from it. And in Forex, if you do not make money, we don't care how much you know. We actually don't care. So now let me ask this question here. Realistically, you know, you've been in the business, you're profitable, you've done great things. Realistically, how long does it take someone to be profitable?
Realistically, again, that's a very difficult question because it varies. If someone is self-taught, it's longer, and that's the reality. I was self-taught. Only at some point I had to get a mentor, but for my most journey I was self-taught, and to me I would say it was like a year. Imagine. So self-taught is going to take longer, but if you're learning from a mentor or from someone proven to, then it's going to get be shorter. Again, even with that, I don't want to be so specific to say a month or 2 months. No. Because again, it also comes back to individual efforts. You've mentored, right? I've also mentored. You could mentor someone and get them all the information, but they won't consume it, or they won't put in the work because they, oh, you know, Osman shared this with me, or Daniel. They think things will happen magically. But I've also seen guys, bro, that have been under mentorship for like a month, 2, and they're doing crazy results. You get my point? So that's a very difficult question, but I think it's double-sided to say if it's self-taught, it's going to take longer. If mentored is easier, but then also efforts matter. Individual efforts really matter.
I think also, if I can mention something here, we are going to teach you how to make money, but it is your efforts that are going to make you a trader. We will show you the way, but if you don't put in whatever we show you, it's going to be really, really hard for you to make money. So now, Daniel, this is a very, very good question. Like, someone would want to know, what is the biggest amount of money you've made in trading?
Oh, you mean a single day, or in like a single day?
In a single day.
Oh, well, I think I've had a day where I made up to 40,000. And by the way, at the moment, I'm like trading on a crazy huge account. But now the losses also up in the sky. So I've had a day where I made over 40. But then I've also lost 10,000 in a single day. And that was also really, I remember that experience. That was actually crazy. So I'm trading US oil. I think it should have been like last year or something. The account initially had 5K.
Okay.
So I'm trading your soil, keeps going in a drawdown, blah. Then I top up money to the account to just keep the positions running.
Okay.
And yeah, I actually blew the account. I didn't take a loss. I blew the account. So that's pretty much.
Daniel, it's very, very possible for someone to make 40,000 in a day.
Yeah, very possible. I also, the possibilities are huge. I know of traders that make even 100,000
in a
traders.
day.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and it's very possible.
Yeah.
And you know things have levels to them.
Yeah.
And in the process, you get to learn, you get to scale, you get to get better. Back in the day, I was making like $100 a day, or even $10, bro.
Okay.
But if I've had a day where I was able to make 40K, well, the possibilities that sooner or later you could be able to make like 100K.
I think even $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's something here interesting I want to find out. Some people make money on small accounts, but when they go to big accounts, they lose money. What is the issue there?
I think
someone can grow $10 to 20. When they buy a prop farm, they blow it right away.
Maybe that they're able to, you know, it's crazy. Maybe you're just not ready to. You're not ready to trade
For
a big
money.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're given 10 million. Bang! You can't manage it because
It's like
you're not
making a
used to it.
cleaner a manager.
Exactly, type of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think now to traders out there, I think we just need to move step by step. You just
Exactly.
grow from $100 to $300, from
that's the
300 to
reality.
100
Yes.
to 1,000 or whatever. So now, in conclusion, Daniel, what would you tell traders out there, a struggling trader, someone who wants to come into the business? What would you be your advice to them?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I think I'll just bring this phrase in.
Okay.
So less talk and more action.
Okay.
You could say I'm a trader and so forth and so on, right? But the results do the talking.
Absolutely.
And if you really need the results, you should be ready to pay the price.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we even talked about the price, you learning, investing into your learning, education, and so forth, the time, and understanding that the process is gradual, and you must put in the work. You can't expect things to happen magically.
Yeah.
You get my point? Like, by the way, I would also talk about like students that come and study at Forex Bulls Academy and all that. If you won't put in the work, then results can't come magically, and that's the reality. You have to be willing to put in the work, lock in, and make things happen.
You know, there are traders who are inside the business, but they're not benefiting from the business.
Yes.
Like you know a lot. So there's a lot we can discuss with Daniel. He's a trader who has actually made it in Forex trading. I don't know your net worth, but if you're making 40,000 a day, it could be huge.
Should be crazy. Yes.
Okay, so Daniel is a profitable trader. And remember, this is something I normally emphasize. A smart person learns from someone else's, a smart person learns from your mistake, but then a wise person will always learn from someone else's experience. Daniel has done this. He has showed us that it's very possible to make money from Forex trading. It is possible to make 40,000 because you have access to $7.7 trillion on a daily basis. Listen and think, how did he do it? What exactly did he do to be that kind of a trader? I'm very, very sure there are times you feel like giving up. I'm very sure you blow accounts and then you feel like it's the end of the world. But trust me, when it finally clicks, you only need 2 or 3 months to forget 1 full year of hustles. At Bo's podcast, we discuss growth. And I'm going to be bringing him more and more and more because I'm very sure people want to really listen to you. So maybe you can tell them anything and then maybe we'll wrap it up.
I think I'll just obviously talk about why Forex Bulls Academy exists. And if you really want to learn, then yes, find your way to Forex Bulls Academy. I think that's very important. Because you don't want to fall for the same trap that almost the 90% of traders fall for. And then more importantly, emotion must be first. That's like our theme. I feel like if you really want to get the results, you must go against all odds and force yourself to become that person. Sure.
Guys, stop listening to failures. Just because someone blown $20 does not mean you're going to blow money. We listen to people who are actually living what we want to live. So make sure you subscribe on the Bo's podcast, turn on the notification button, like and comment. Who would you want us to host again? And what would you want us to talk about? Our links are tagged up down here. Make sure you tap in and then you follow us on social media. We have even a Telegram group where you're going to interact with different traders and everything is going to move for you smoothly. So let me see you on the next episode.